shall we have a look at what's been making the headlines in the world of celebrity?
When I grow up, I wanna be famous, I wanna be a star, I wanna be a movie.
OK, first up. Now, filming is underway, I don't know if you know this, for the new Sex and the City movie. And Sarah Jessica Parker, who obviously plays Carrie, she's been snapped out and about filming a scene which takes her character, Carrie, back to the 80s. It looks lovely, sporting a rather dodgy perm and a jumpsuit.
Looks terrible.
I've got one word for her.
Have you?
Frizzies.
But would you want to go back like Carrie to the 80s? Would you have a flashback for a day?
Oh, I would so love to go back to the 80s.
Would you?
Oh, well, I was in my 20s and I was earning good money. I was presenting kids' programmes, which meant you got free tickets for concerts and things like that. And I remember I had an amazing day once where in the morning we did a skydive out of an aeroplane.
Best place to do a skydive.
Yeah.
Can't do it off the toilet, really.
No.
That's why she understands things like the weather. And then in the afternoon, we went to Live Aid.
Wow.
So we did this massive skydive from 13,500 feet. And my mum said, I'm going to go to the pub with my friends because I'm absolutely bricking it that you won't be all right. Ring me as soon as you land.
Yeah.
Did I ring? I was going to Live Aid, so I just legged it over.
Did you have the frizzy perm then?
I had a frizzy perm. I had huge hair with a huge bow in it, and every Madeline Mono eyeshadow colour on at the same time.
Wow.
Eyelashes.
So you did it properly.
Lips.
Yeah.
Do you know what? The 80s were just a mess, weren't they, really? And for me...
For you?
Well, they were. It was the whole of my 20s were the 80s.
It seems to have been the whole of your life seems to have been a mess to me.
No.
At least you can remember that.
I know.
Yours has.
No, yours has.
No, yours.
Oh.
No, the 80s, just being in your 20s is like being in a ball of confusion, isn't it? You don't know what you like, you don't know what you want, you don't really know who your friends are, you do things you don't really want to do, you do things that other people do.
But you don't care when you're in your 20s,
No,
do you? You're just having a good time.
You're finding things out, aren't you? You don't even know your own style, you don't know anything.
What did you look like then? What hair did you have?
Well, Next was born in the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Next, I can't remember what my hair was. I did have a perm, but I think that was late 70s. It was rather like our warm-up guys, actually. It's over there.
We're talking Leo Sayer.
Yeah. Do you remember when Next was born? Next Directory. It started off as a directory. I mean, it was just amazing because you used to have like catalogues, obviously, buy everything from a catalogue, and then Next Directory came out. It was all posh, and it had always like posh 80s clothing. I was obsessed with Next. Really bad. Look there. There you go.
Wow.
That's me.
Lovely,
In a dusty pink, Next suit. It's
That
not
is
actually.
not you.
But that's the sort of style it was. It was skirt suits and just horrible things.
Was it the shoulders? It was
Yeah.
shoulder pads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big shoulder
big
pads,
shoulder
yeah.
I did have the big perm in the 80s. I looked a bit like Pete Burns. You know, not as he looks now, but when he was doing Dead or Alive, you spin me right. I had the kind of the hair and the whole... I remember just lots and lots of very tight skirts that you had to sort of walk like that in, and then glow ankle socks and patent black shoes and lots of pearls.
What was the music? Yeah. What was the music? There were, that's what I remember of the 80s. And I did have... No, I had funny hair, I think. I had big... Oh!
Look at you!
I do look like a new romantic.
You look like Steve Strange.
Do I? Is that good? I
So
think
let's
Steve
cross
Strange
between
is.
Steve Strange and Jill Gascoigne.
Jill Gascoigne, yes. No, I had a great... I loved the 80s, work-wise, and I had my baby in 1984, so that was the best of times, wasn't it, when you have your baby?
Yeah. Well, next up, Jeremy Clarkson has yet again outraged female fans by saying that it would be a disaster if a woman was to host Top Gear. He says it would ruin the boys-only dynamic. But would we want to be in Jeremy's club anyway?
Oh, I would. Oh, I so would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Doing what, though?
I would love to do that show. It's the most fun show, apart from this one.
Yeah.
But
well, it's the boys' version of this one.
Well, of course it is. At the same time, you know, I do think I would be brilliant on that because I've had loads of cars and I can remember the number plate of every single car I've ever owned.
But you don't know anything about cars.
Yes, I do. I used to service my own cars.
Where's the engine?
It's in the front, or the back, or in the middle. It depends what sort of car you've got. The last car I had, the engine was in the back. So, you know, I can do these things. And I do remember 1968 Ford Escort NKE 248F.
Ah.
See? So I know these things.
My first car, NUS 99Y.
Mine was a mini and it was called Spit.
Mine was a red eye.
Can I just say, it would be, I would love to do it because it is a brilliant laugh, that show. They just have fun, don't they? Like we do.
love it.
But if you put a woman into it, it would ruin the dynamic in the same way as if you took one of us away and put a man here. It just wouldn't work.
The thing is, I'd love to do it, you see. I'd be funny, wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Because I'd say, where's the door? But the thing is, I've always loved cars. I mean, I've slept in car showrooms virtually all my life. Well, I haven't, you know, as you know, but the thing is, I love
cars.
Yes, I've loved cars all my life. I've had loads of cars, and I know all the cars, and I'd love to be a Formula 1 racer. Can you imagine me, Formula 1? Now that would be funny.
I think it's a great show, and I think what works about it is the fact that it's us watching boys doing what boys like doing, having a giggle. And I think if you put a woman in there, I think it could sort of muck it up.
Change the show.
And the other thing is, imagine being that presenter. You'd have to go like to a foreign country and spend 48 hours with Jeremy Clarkson in one vehicle. God, potty.
I'd like to do the, is it the Star and the Averagely Priced Car or whatever it's called?
Yes.
I'd love to do
The
that.
Averagely Priced Star.
That would be the very
Do you mean, is that when they race around the track?
Yeah.
So I think you and I should do that against each other.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'd win.
You could have a little run round here.
Yes.
Well, finally, we'd like to send our congratulations out to Danielle Bucks, who she was a loose woman for a little while, who married Gary Lineker this week in Italy. Doesn't she look lovely? Absolutely beautiful.
She does look beautiful.
So congratulations to you two.
Do you know what, though? If you see the full-length photo, she looks like she's standing a bit funny. And I don't know if you remember when she was on the show last, she did tell us a story about... And I'm just hoping that she hasn't followed through again.
What is the story? What happened?
Well, apparently she was in a car and she'd had something to eat and she had a dodgy tummy and she... That's all I'm saying, but, you know, she did tell us that story and, you know, the way she's standing in the long pictures, she's like that. I'm a bit worried about her.
No, but you have to say, she looked absolutely sensational.
She did, really
She was
simple, stylish
fantastic.
dress.
Okay,
Beautiful.
best to go for
He
a
doesn't
break
look bad
here.
either.
Yeah, he looks good.
He is holding a stomach, though, I have to say.
Come on, love, stop it now.
Congratulations, you two. Best go for a